Well, we'd seen photographs of it, and it was a lot smaller. I mean, the Achille Lauro that we'd been on was 24,000 tons. This was only about 16,000 tons. And really, in that time, that's winter time. It could be quite notorious seas. I mean, the Waratah disappeared all those years ago without a single trace. We normally have a sail away party, and we also welcomed our old passengers back from the holiday they'd been on for the 2 days. And we tried to do the sail away party, which we couldn't do outside. So we did it inside the main lounge, and people were flying all over the show. It was really, it was quite a laugh, funny enough, because, you know, everybody was just staggered, dancing in routine sort of thing, like it was all choreographed, all to the left, all to the right, etc. But when the piano left the stage, it really did. We thought we would call that quits.
And more than usual, the cupboard doors were opening and things were falling out. And I didn't realise it at the time, but a lot of the staff were supposedly running around in the kitchen with life jackets. And the only reason I knew about that was because as we were leaving, my mom was speaking to a gentleman who'd been stood at the bar and one of the doors had opened, and he'd asked the question of, well, why is that guy wearing a life jacket?
Guests were getting a bit seasick, and then finally got dark, it was night time, and we were about to go and have dinner when we were in really heavy waves, and suddenly all the lights went out.
Right down below now. I'm actually on N deck, nearest deck. There's water everywhere. It looks like it's flowing in reasonably fast. It's sloshing about from side to side, and it's now 5 minutes to 1 on the 4th of August. Must be Sunday today. So I guess we're going down.
Water came in under huge pressure. So I remember the engine room is several meters under the sea, so there was a big head of pressure on that water. Although the chief engineer tried to force the sea chest back onto the side of the ship, the pressure was too great. Eventually he gave up, and his colleagues left the space and sort of fled up onto the main deck, just grabbing their life jackets on the way and closing the watertight doors. The water then flooded back through a watertight bulkhead which had been breached earlier through repairs to the sewage system, and it then flooded back through the sewage system into the ship, down some of the stairs, came out in the bathrooms, and finally flooded the ship deck by deck.
The South African Defence Force had set up a mobile rescue unit on the land, very close to where we were going down. So the Mayday calls eventually did go out. They'd flown over and seen our predicament and seen us from the air. At first light, they're going to launch the helicopters to come and save us. They've got 11 Pumas, big helicopters that can take about 20 passengers at a time.
When the helicopters arrived, they were sort of flying in. I sort of took some video footage of them flying in. It looks incredible, and they came and they hovered over the front of the ship. As the helicopter was hovering overhead, then they would lower the Navy diver on a cable, but the more they lowered him, the more the wind blew, and he started to swing from side to side.
We had they had to move some of the cabling for the chopper to be able to come a bit lower, so they don't get snagged in the cabling. And we got Paul onto the deck, and then we also got the other Navy diver on the other side that was going to work that side.
And then they gave me a quick course on how to put the harness on the people, and I had to learn what signals to give to the helicopters to give me more cable or lower the harness, or when we were ready to pull the people up. We got lifted off, and then we left the Navy diver on the ship for a few minutes more, and he stayed behind maybe for 5 minutes, and then we lifted him off into the helicopter and we flew away, and it was all over.